What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Hammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got another game for you today. This is round 4, day 2 of the Michigan GT tournament out in Lansing, Michigan. Now, I am playing against Neil Hamilton. Now, the night before, like myself, Alex Hernandez, Nick Rodrigo, and a bunch of other guys were up playing this, oh shit, what the hell was the name of that game? Mike, if you're watching this video, put the name of the game down below. But it's like a Dungeons & Dragons Lite. It was like a miniature version of it. Anyways, we were playing it all night, and then I saw Neil, and I was like, Neil, we're playing tomorrow. And Neil's like, yeah, we are. And I was like, dude, what do you have? And he's like, beast herds. And he gave me his list right then and there. So I had all night to think about this, and I was like, haha, what am I going to have facing what? And, you know, whatever. So Neil gives me his list, and I give him my list, of course, and I'm just kind of like trying to think of like, how am I going to handle a beast herd army? Now, to be honest, there's only a couple games I've ever played against beast herds in 9th Age. One was against Once Bitten, which if you guys watched that video, Once Bitten really kicked my ass. I mean, I got lucky. I destroyed a bunch of his army, but that was just like pure luck. And also, that was version like 0.11 or whatever it was, 0.11. Then I played against Alex Meyer, and I actually won huge against that one. But again, it was a different army I had. I mean, it was Orcs and Goblins I had, but I had like, what's his name, Dread, Warboss Dread with me. And I had a bunch of other guys, but it was just like, it was a different style army. It was a shooting army against his Beast Herd army. And then I played against the guy in Greece. That was, again, a very shooty army. So this is my close combat army. How's my close combat army going to fight against Beast Herds, which is also another close combat army? This is going to be very interesting. Anyways, let's go over what I have on the table. Let's go over what he has on the table. And let's start off with the Boar Boys of the Boarpocalypse. The Boar Boys of Boarpocalypse. Now, somebody asked me on the last video or 2 videos ago if I'm taking them as with a veteran standard. They are not the core boars. These are the special. These are the mounted Ed Bashers. So they're a higher strength. They're going to be strength 7 on the charge. They also get a 50-point banner, which I took the Mykonos totem, which means that any magical items that this unit is touching, any unit with magical items that this unit is touching, they're turning off their magical items. But that also could go for me as well. If I'm touching my own guys, I could turn off my own. So the whole trick here is to try not to maximize where I'm touching my own guys. Over here I got my 5 Wolf Riders, the Chaff Riders. I got over here my 37 Feral Orc Ed Bashers with spears. I do have my BSB in there. BSB is on the right corner over there, and I'm going to point them out right now because some Evil Ash came by, and he did not notice. He did not notice like the artistic ability of my Savage Orc there, my Boss Doom. So I just wanted to point him out so you guys could see him. He has a freaking pole with a pike with half a dwarf stump hanging off of him while that dwarf is holding the banner. Anyways, I did take the Big Stabadon. The Big Stabadon, I'm looking forward to using it against Score Attack. Now, I'll go over what he has, and I'll explain what my thought processes and everything. Over here I got General Zod. General Zod is a 1-up, 4-up, reroll any wounds that you do. Freaking beast. Right now, Zod on game 3 so far is taking a ginormous lead in points over the rest of the army. Actually, he's destroying anything. He hasn't died yet. He is probably my favorite general to date. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I actually really liked using Dread. Dread was the shit. He could just fly, boom, take out a unit himself. But Zod has been very hard to kill, which I love. Over here I got the A-Rock, the mother of dragons, the breaker of chains, the most trustworthy Arachnarok spider ever to walk on this earth. The A-Rock is definitely one of my tournament MVPs. Not this tournament. This tournament she's just doing so-so. Over here I got the Cave Trolls. Cave Trolls are 4-up, 4-up, 4-up. If you don't understand what that means, go Google what the hell Cave Trolls are. And then over here I got the Chicken Rock, led by Chicken Head, the Steampunk, Skarsnik, and the Rat Goblin, and then soon to be the Mortar and the Mortar Goblin and the freaking Clown. Anyways, and there's also a Demon / Shaman on there too. I love it. This thing is fucking ridiculous. I love it so much. Oh man, I don't know why. I get a kick out of it every time I see it. And then I got King Koopa. King Koopa's a 1-up, 4-up armor, Goblin Spider. Now for you guys, somebody actually made a thread on the Ninth Age forum talking about Koopa specifically, about like, can you make characters like that for like Chaos Warriors, or I'm sorry, Warriors of the Dark Gods. But the thing is that irks me is not the fact that he's asking, can you do that with a Chaos character? It's the fact that people keep calling him Cooper, Cooper, when his name is Koopa, Koopa. I don't understand how that keeps. Is it my Chicago accent? I don't know. I'm like, what? Cooper? Who said Cooper? Over here, I got 21 cave goblins with short bows and fanatic, and that's about it. Over here, I got the 2 goblin shamans, Goblin Joe and Goblin Baxter Joe. I just started playing Total War Warhammer like 2 nights ago, and I changed my goblins shaman names into these 2. I'm gonna rename like everything. I'm gonna rename my goblin hero into Chicken Head. It is gonna be awesome. Anyways, the game is pretty fucking cool. Anyways, over here I got my Goblin Baxter Joe, or yeah, Baxter. He has Evil Eye, Fix It Up, and Curse of the Green Moon. Goblin Joe has Gift of the Mother Spider and Evil Eye. As for my opponent, here we go. He has 5 whatever they are, hounds. This guy right here, he's a freaking centaur with a bolt thrower or some shit that goes through AP 6, multiple wounds, D3. This guy right here, Neil, if you're watching this video, okay, I know you didn't do this in the strategy that you did, but this guy right here scares me shitless because he can one-shot Koopa and he can one-shot Zod. So this guy right here was the one guy I was like, oh, where's he gonna put that? Where's he gonna put that? You know. Right here is his BSB, his fucking tank of a BSB, 1-up armor, I think a 4-up ward. Over here he has a Razor Tusk on the right. On the middle, that is his level 2, I want to say, maybe level 2, level 3, Wilderness Shaman. Over here he has a unit of Centaurs, and then in the back you can kind of see him. I think I have, well, here's a slightly blurrier but better, quote-unquote, picture of his Minotaurs. They're like wolfmen. Now, the Minotaurs, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was looking at the list. He has a flaming banner, so now my trolls can't take him. I was going to originally be like, oh yeah, trolls right away, because even though they're strength 5 hits, they're going to swing first in majority of my army. I was like, they're going to have a hard time going through the regen. And then going back, I'll be able to do more wounds with my trolls than he would against my trolls. So I was going to do that, but then he has a flaming banner, so I was like, I could try to hit him boar boys and trolls, or since they're only strength 5, I was thinking Koopa has wiped out a unit of like 10 of these before with once against Once Bitten. He won't even have a rerollable steadfast, so as long as I hit him with like Koopa and Zod, they're going to have a really hard time with those 2 characters. I've also killed a big block of them with Dread and the A-Rock, but the A-Rock was T7 at that time. So it was kind of like, I could do it with either a really high toughness, but there's too many attacks to just kind of give him a high toughness monster, or with my 1-up characters. So I was really contemplating giving him my 1-up characters. Over here he has a unit of like small, whatever they are, Beastigors, Ungors, whatever. He has a big unit of Longhorns. In the middle, they have Halberds, so they're strength 5. And then on the right, he has the small horns, whatever they're called, on the right. He has 2 ambushing units. Actually, that was one of them. They pulled back to ambush. And then he has on the right that Ancient Shoggoth guy. That is actually his Gortak. So the Gortak, he just played a game against Joe Getzi, by the way, from Johio Hammer, and he just beat Joe dramatically with that freaking Shoggoth, or that Gortak. The Gortak, I remember Joe. I walked by and Joe was like, "That freaking Gortak just took out my whole unit of savages." So I'm just like, you know. So as you can see, this is how we deployed. Now we deployed in the diagonal. Now I'm going to stay on this picture for a little bit to explain what's going on here. First off, the edges of the table, the way this scenario went was the edges of the table were cliff edges. So if you were to go off the table edge for any reason whatsoever, flee, pursue, you were frenzied and went off the table edge after you killed something, you die. Okay? I'm going to say that again. If you go off the table edge for any reason whatsoever, you fall off the cliff edge and die. So there's two awesome things about that. One, awesome for him, I have Savage Orcs, so he could frenzy bait me and try to get me off the table. And awesome for me is he has Minotaurs, which are frenzied, and I could try to get him off the table. And where he deployed at, he deployed pretty close to the damn edge. So I started deploying everything towards the center, and I put the trolls down, which he automatically started thinking, okay, the leadership bubble's going to be here, whatever, right? And he was so certain I was going to put both spiders on the right side, so he deployed everything on the left side of me. And right before I finished deploying, I was like, you know what? I need to get those two one-up characters into that freaking into the Minotaur block. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on the left side, and I just kind of I shifted everything over to the left side. Now, I have a very push-forward army. I understand he has ambushers. I have the goblins in the back. I figured the goblins could turn around, shoot them, throw a fanatic through, whatever, right? We'll see how that goes when it happens. But if I focus too much behind me, they might never ever end up behind me. So I put my Wolf Riders on the flank over there like that. I even contemplated putting the goblins just 20 wide, or 22 wide because I have the shaman in the unit, and just leave them back there, or just 21 wide and put the shaman with the orcs, and that way he doesn't have room to ambush on the back of the edge of the table. And then if he does and he pops up way over there on his turn, on my turn I reform, shrink, and I'll be far away enough away from him, and it just basically causes him to just kind of be pushed back. Those were my options. Now, truthfully, a lot of the units, the hordes, they don't scare me. I figured my 2 spiders and the trolls would be more than enough to just destroy those. The forests don't bother me because I'm Strider on most stuff. And the big thing here is his general. His general has like a 4-up region item, and something else that makes him like tough 6, but that's a magical item. So I was thinking right away, like, I have to hit his block with my Boar Boys. My Boar Boys have to hit his block and turn off all his magical items. Now, right now we're on table 2, okay? So we are on the top. Like, if either one of us wins this big, we have a chance of winning the whole thing. Truthfully, we have a chance of winning the whole thing. We have to beat Rodrigo, but we have a chance of beating the whole thing. Rodrigo has been winning every round, big win, big win, big win. But this game right now, Rodrigo is fighting Mike Hernandez, and Mike Hernandez is no joke. Mike Hernandez has a chance of winning the whole thing, but we got to see how it goes. All right. So turn 1, he's gonna take turn 1, and of course he starts moving, and he's moving all these like skirmishers in the way. He's moving all the guys, the chaff wise. But he's just, I didn't even take my Vanguard. I was like, I'm not even going to Vanguard. I'm not worried about using my Wolf Riders. But Wolf Riders' only task is to try to get those Minotaurs off the table. But that's about it. Anyways, Magic Phase. You got 11 power dice. Goes ahead and puts up Beast Within on these guys because he figured he just didn't want me dropping webs on them and killing them. And then Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase is going to go ahead and shoot this freaking bolt thrower right into... Oh, by the way, for Magic, he tried to do totems that give him like charge distance and stuff like that, but I just dispelled it. Anyways, he's going to shoot his bolt thrower into my A-Rock. He hits it, but he fails to wound it, and he's just like, ugh, fuck the A-Rock. And that's it. It's going to start off my turn. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Now, here it is. I go for the big push. I push everybody up in the middle. I could have been a little bit more aggressive doing this. I could have been a little bit more aggressive. One mistake I made right away was I separated Zod from the trolls, and they're like stretching that 12-inch right there. I moved Koopa up to the left side. I figured Koopa is either going to take the Centaurs or he's going to throw the Centaurs into the Wolf Riders, and I don't really care if he does. And then Koopa will have a free charge into the Minotaurs with Zod later. And then he ended up moving his Gore Attack on my flank. And this was part of my problem because of the way I deployed it. Since I deployed where I didn't have anything protecting the flank from the Savages, the Savages are going to have to just turn so that way I don't give them a flank to me. Because if I give them a flank, that's just horrible. So I'm going to have to turn this way. And part of the problem here now is that my Shaman is in that unit. And that unit is going to have... I mean, like, originally when I was thinking this, I was thinking that so many attacks with the Savages, I'll eventually win that fight against the Gore Attack. Man. Let me keep thinking that. But in all reality, I needed the Savages into one of those hordes. That's what I needed. Magic Phase got 4 power dice. Go ahead and do an Evil Eye. Now, this is part of the problem here, is I keep getting these piss poor fucking Magic Phases. 4 power dice. I go ahead and I do the Evil Eye. Doesn't even, he stops it, and that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some webs, I think, and it does nothing. I have no other shooting really, and it's gonna go ahead and start off his turn. Beast Herds, Neil Herds, turn 2. Young Neil, you are now just Neil. Alright. He fails his frenzy check on his Gore-Tech. He did not want his Gore-Tech going in right now, but it did, and holy shit. It needs like a 10, and he rolls like a fucking 12. Gets in, gets the impact hits. He charges these little small Gores into the Wolf Riders to see if I flee, and I was just like, I don't care, I'm going to stand there anyways. It's a dead unit to me. That unit doesn't exist. So, he's going to charge in, and then he charges his BSB into my Boar Boys. And I'm like, I'm just going to stand, because if I flee, I'm just going to flee off the table. So, he charges his Centaurs into Koopa, and I'm just like, I'm going to have to take it. So he gets in, and he fails with the BSB, but he gets in with the freaking Gore-Tech, and of course he's going to clip my Shaman like this. This is the one flaw in the Baxter staying in that unit. And not only that, but I could have did it where I could have just moved Baxter out. I thought about it before I started this game. The only thing that I had to worry about is his bolt thrower shot. But besides that, he has no magic missiles that'll hurt this unit. So Baxter's use of being in this unit really didn't matter. So this kind of just kicked my own ass here. He pops up this ambushing unit back here, and he decided to ambush with the other one, but pop him up here. And yeah, and then he moves his bolt thrower guy on the right there. And then he moves around like so, I believe, like that. Yep. So it's going to start off Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he gets 11 fucking power dice. I stopped Curse of the Wildwood. I stopped something else, and I had to use my Dispel Scroll on something else, and then he fucking does this. Oh, he tried to do Beast Within onto his Centaurs. I dispel it with the Dispel Scroll. Then he goes ahead and he gives these guys armor piercing something, and I'm like, shit. He had 2 spells that were going to fuck up Koopa's armor no matter what. And I'm just like, shit. The good news is Koopa gets to go first, but he's going to do some damage. And I need Koopa fully health for those fucking Minotaurs. Up here, oh, he's doing the freaking attribute, which basically the Beast attribute, which pushes him around. Actually, I think he did give him Beast Within, is what it was. So he moves his Shaman or his Beast. He moved his BSB back because the BSB failed charge. He moved up, and then he pushed him back with the attribute. Over here, Shooting Phase is going to shoot his freaking Bolt Thrower onto my flank again. And hits the Trolls, only does 2 wounds, fails the regen. Over here, he fails to wound the dogs. The dogs go back and kill 2 guys. And he actually... it's a push, I believe, and they just stick there. I'm going to reform like so, and that's actually pretty funny. I've never seen dogs take a charge and live. A flank charge and live. Oh my god. Over here, Koopa, you fat son of a bitch. Koopa went 4 for 4. Killed 4 guys. He goes in and attacks with those 2 and still manages 2 wounds. Oh, that just hurt me. God, did that hurt me. Koopa wins. I'm going to overrun this way, and I'm like, fuck it, it's going to be my turn. I don't really care, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And, yeah. Over here, he goes ahead. Oh, my God. Impact hits, kills like 1, 2, 3, 4 of my guys. He goes ahead and he swings first because all my guys are fucking slow as hell. I'm only initiative 2. And he does a couple hits onto the Shaman, whiffs, does a couple wounds onto my freaking BSB, gets him, and lethal strikes his ass. When the fuck did this guy get lethal strike? Holy shit. Kills my BSB. I'm going to go ahead and attack back. I do only 2 wounds. He just thunderstomps and kills a bunch. He's going to win. I am steadfast on a 6. Oh shit. It's a 7, but he causes terror. But it's a 6, and I stick. I try to reform to get my savages in combat. Fail it. Oh my god. This sucks. Over here, Shooting Phase that he forgot. I think we just remembered late, and he's going to shoot. He kills 3 goblins, and it's going to go ahead and start off turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. Koopa! Koopa is charging the flank of his giant horde there, of his Longhorns. His general's on the tip, right there. Okay? So I'm going to charge Koopa in, and he's like... He looked at it at first, and he's like, shit. And he realizes, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to challenge, I'm going to attack, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Koopa's about to die anyways. Koopa has 1 wound left. But I'm going to attack faster than his great weapon, Lord. And I was also going to charge my boar boys, who were definitely in charge distance of that guy, in. And he realized I was going to turn off his magical item of his general, and his general won't have that extra toughness or the regen, and I will kill his general. And he's like, fuck! So he goes, flee! And he flees back this way. He even turned him this way because he was so confident he's going to reform, rally. So I'm going to have to turn around, or I'm sorry, redirect, and I redirect into his, or into the Minotaurs. I was like, fuck it. I can't reach his BSB. His BSB is way out there. I'm just going to redirect. Actually, I think I did try to go for the BSB. I think I just had like the proper angle for it. But I'm going to fail that regardless. I charge, see, like I said, the boar boys are right there. So I charged the chicken rock into the dogs that were chaffing. I think I failed stupidity with the trolls because I didn't put myself close enough. But I charged dogs. Dogs panic and run. They're going to run that way towards in front of his BSB. And then I go ahead and I redirect and I fail with like so. And basically, Koopa fails. The boar boys and chicken rock just kind of move up together because I don't think the chicken rock could reach his BSB. And then I just move the boar boys where he really can't clear a 90-degree turn and get to my boar boys with either one, with either his minotaurs or his BSB. I turn the A-Rock and Zod around to face the ambushers, and I reformed the goblins, moved them back 2 inches, so they're 8 inches away, or like 8.1 inches away from his gore attack and 8.1 inches away from his ambushers. So that way I could not release my fanatic. I'm going to try to save my fanatic for when he charges so I could throw it in an angle, and then that forces him to run into it and kill a bunch of those guys. Now, he only has like what is that, 10, 12 guys? No, it's like 14 guys in that unit. So if I could evil eye him, I could shoot him, I could pepper spray him, I could do that. Now here's what really got me like frustrated, and this is one of the things that I got to give Neil so much credit for. Is I even asked him this numerous times. I was like, or not asked him, but I just kind of like mentioned it. I was like, listen, my issue right now is, do I keep focusing my effort to try to knock out his general who's fleeing, or do I try to help out my units? Now, he has me spread out. I mean, I am severely spread out right now, and I see it now. But when I was playing the game, I was like, should I focus on trying to kill that Shogoth, or that Gortak that's killing my guys? Do I just say fuck it to the savages and keep moving forward and let the spiders and Zod and everybody go for the gold? Do I turn around and take out this fucking ambushing unit that's going to kill my goblins? Now, thinking back about it, like hindsight's 2020, I could have just fucking left the goblins there and flee, and he would just fail charging. I would have had like another 2 turns to go forward. But I didn't. I turned around like this and just figured I would try to like protect my units more or less. Anyways, I had a lot of faith in those goblins. My magic phase, here it goes. 3 fucking power dice. Oh man, I needed a huge magic phase here. I needed to get Gift of the Mother Spider off. Threw a nice roll, and he fucking dispel scrolls it. Of course he does. I wanted to get this off to kill his Gortak, by the way. Alright, shooting. I'm going to go ahead and shoot all these shots. I only kill 1 fucking guy. Just 1. What the fuck? Over here, close combat. He starts wiping out my fucking savages. My savages stick for another round. I failed to wound. I think I did 1 wound, and he healed a wound. Didn't matter. Over here, close combat. He kills 1 dog. My dogs wipe out like 7 of these guys. They're going to run, and I decide to chase, I believe, but I don't even catch them. I don't even think I chased, to be honest. I don't remember if I chased or not. No, I did chase, but it didn't matter. I didn't catch him. And it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Neil Hurd's turn 3? Yeah, 3. He's going to charge it to Koopa. I can't. Do I do a reverse Koopa like Upak? I don't know, because I got charged. Usually I'm the one charging. And he's going to get in like that. That's easy. Then here he's going to get in with the chicken rock. And I know I'm going to be stubborn, but against the 1-up armor character, it's not going to do shit. Oh, man. He's going to charge in here. Here it goes. Going to throw out that fanatic. I throw the fanatic out in a crooked angle. Going to get in like 11 inches or whatever it is. or 7 inches, and it's gonna get in his way. He's gonna hit it, and I'm gonna stand and shoot. My stand and shoot kills one guy. He runs into it, and I only kill 3 guys. Not enough for a panic check. Oh shit, this is gonna suck. And he's gonna get in. Like I said, he gets in here, gets in here, gets in there. He gets into Koopa like so, and that's how the table looks. Again, hindsight's 20/20. Hindsight, if I would have just moved everybody up, I would have moved it. I would have been overwhelming, forcing him, but I cannot. Magic phase. Oh, over here, by the way, I'm hoping that Koopa actually lives. If Koopa could live, he's in the water, and he doesn't have ranks. That means he can't hold steadfast. If he can't hold steadfast, and Koopa wins by the grace of gods, if I make all my armor saves, word saves, and all that, or regen saves and all that, and I just do a couple wounds, he's gonna lose this combat to Koopa, and Koopa actually has a chance. So that's what I'm hoping for. Doot doot. It's the cops. It's the po-po. Alright, magic phase. He got 4 power dice, and he goes ahead and gives these guys fucking armor piercing. He tried to give him beast within, I stopped it, but then he goes ahead and gives them armor piercing totem. Ah, that's horrible. Over here, shoots these guys again with the freaking bolt thrower again, and it hurts like hell. Over here, he wins combat again. I reform, and I make myself into ranks like so. And then over here, close combat, he wipes the floor with my goblins, and like a motherfucker, he's gonna overrun and hit right into my savages. Right after I reformed into ranks closer to him, now he's gonna frickin' beat the crap out of my goblins, overrun, and get right into my flank. Son of a bitch! God damn it. Oh my god, over here, impact hits alone. Impact hits alone. I fail 1 armor, 1 regen, and Koopa is dead. He has to overrun. He overruns a little bit. And then over here, impact hits, does 1 wound to the Chicken Rock. He does. I do nothing to damage him. He's gonna win by banner and all that. I stick. I reform to go this way so he can't charge in with his block, and to build my guy a little space there. Over here, he used these guys as chaff, and just use these guys as chaff, I believe. I don't know what the hell this is. Anyways, it's gonna go ahead and start off turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3 Orcs and Goblins. I'm charging the trolls in, and I laughed. I laughed so hard when I saw this. I was like, holy shit, he killed Koopa, but that Minotaur blocks right on the edge, and I'm gonna frenzy check his ass. I'm gonna frenzy check his ass. Come at me, man. Fucking fail that frenzy, and you better charge off the fucking cliff with that Minotaur horde. God! Oh, man, and you can see there's Neil. And again, this is the same issue again I have been having the whole game, which is, should I push forward or should I help my units? And I turned Zod around because I figured Zod had nothing else to do. Movement 7 is not going to get far enough to face the hordes. I might as well look at his Gore-Tech, and if my savages could hold 1 more round, I could probably charge the rear of his unit, fuck them up, and then potentially help out my savages. I move up the A-Rock to like protect the Chicken Rock a little bit, and he has all his hordes there. I have no magic left is one of the issues. And I think it's his turn. No, I think whatever. There. He whiffs on the attacking the Chicken Rock. The trolls wipe out their fucking gores, and they're just gonna reform a little bit. And then over here, he destroys my fucking orcs. I am still steadfast on a 6, by the way, and I fail the steadfast finally. And I'm gonna run, and he's gonna chase, and he just destroys it. He turns the Gore-Tech around to face my guys, and yeah. It's gonna start off his turn. Turn 4, Neil Herds. Turn 4, he's gonna charge his Longhorns into the Chicken Rock. He reformed his BSP to move over that way to get some movement in. He's gonna charge in, right? He charges his Gore-Tech into my Troll's flank. He charges this guy to the Troll's flank. He gets in. These fuckers rallied, by the way, the little like skirmish block, and then he turns these guys around, and he fucking passes his frenzy check. God damn it! Couldn't even force his Minotaurs off the table. Oh man. He's gonna fuck me up. Anyways, that's how the table looks. He moves his Gore-Tech and guys around to get like the proper flanks. Now Magic phase, he got 8 power dice, goes ahead and he does Beast Within onto these guys, and I couldn't stop it. That sucks. Goes ahead and gives them, like, I don't know what this shit is, Bloody Horn Totem and something else, I don't know. Anyways, close combat over here, he kills 2 of my trolls, the back 2 trolls, which forces his center to center to change directions, because if he was going to go in straight, he would have overran into my A-Rock, but he actually had to go crooked because of the way he angled it, and he killed the back 2 guys. So center to center changed, he overruns and hits the side of his longhorns here. Over here, the Chicken Rock kills 2 guys, and I'm sorry, kills like 4 guys or 5, and he goes ahead and swings and he just wipes the Chicken Rock out. He has his general who's like strength 7 or some shit, or 8. He has all these guys who are strength 6, and it was just done. He's going to overrun. He's going to get into the flank of my freaking A-Rock, clip in like so, and yeah, that's how it looks. It's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. The Boarpocalypse boys are going in. They could see it clip. They could clear the 90-degree turn. They're going to get in, and BAM! They get in. Now his general's in trouble. His shaman's in trouble, and he is going to have Beast Within for another turn, but, you know, the A-Rock's actually still fully health, so maybe I could get this. And I'm going to keep my bubble short with my general, like so. Fucking close combat. His fucking shaman swings and kills 3 fucking orcs. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, what kind of shaman is this? It's like strength 5 or some shit. What the fuck is this? He goes ahead and A-Rock tries to kill his general, and he's like, dude, my general's on that side. And I was like, shit. I turned off his magical items, but it didn't fucking matter. I could only attack some chumps, and I only killed 2 of them. I whiffed like crazy. He goes ahead and swings with his general, kills off my Boarpocalypse boys, and this is me just dropping my camera like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Hey, that's Max Lepora. And that red hat looks like Jake Murphy. Anyways. Oh my god, A-Rock sticks. He didn't do any wounds onto the A-Rock, and the A-Rock's just gonna turn around. It's gonna start off his turn 5. These guys. I try to fucking still frenzy check his ass to get out. Or actually, I just chaffed him so he didn't get into my A-Rock here. He's gonna charge in, get in. He's going to charge my general with his BSB, and I'm just like, I can't do shit about it. Just bring it. He's going to charge these guys into the flank of my fucking A-Rock like he needs more help to kill the A-Rock. And then he moves his gore attack this way. Magic phase, he got 10 power dice. Don't even know what the fuck he did. He ends up killing these guys with impact hits alone. He's going to overrun a little bit. Over here, he's going to just wipe out my A-Rock. My A-Rock didn't kill anything. I think I killed a couple Longhorns. It didn't matter, dude. I think I tried to do all my attacks onto his generals, what I tried to do. And I think I done like 1 wound out of like 3. I'm just like going for the gold, but you know, I thinned myself out so much on this whole game, man. Kills me. Alright. Charges into my general. He buffed up his PSB too. And I'm like, this is fucking Zod, dude. You must kneel. And he's like, I'm gonna swing, attack, and whiff! He cannot hit Zod. Zod is weapon skill 7, and you have to reroll wounds. And I'm like, reroll it, reroll it, reroll it. And he's just like, shit, shit, shit. He gets like 1 wound off, and I'm like, bam, ward save. And he's like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, I'm gonna stick there, and it's fucking Zod. I'm gonna go with a great weapon too. So, turn 5, Orcs and Goblins. He goes ahead into this combat again. He gets a wound off, god damn it, and I get a wound off, and Zod sticks again. Oh, no. He gets a wound off, and I'm like, alright, time for me to swing and check this shit out. Whiff, 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 whiff. I am not fucking kidding. That was my roll. 4 fucking ones. I was like, what the hell? And he's like, aha, I have a BSB and a wound. And I was like, alright, let me roll to state. And I roll Snake Eyes! I was like, holy shit, I just rolled 6 ones in a row, man. That's a fucking super Yahtzee. Oh my god. The one thing I did mess up on this game right here. The one thing is I have a divine icon, and I forgot to claim to make him reroll his ward save. So he made 2 ward saves, would have done some more damage. That's the one mistake I did. Turn 6, I made a lot of mistakes in this game. He's going to charge into the flank here with all this shit. Okay? Goes ahead and gives these guys freaking a buff because it's only one combat. We're in a challenge combat. I have to take it, whatever, right? He goes ahead and he swings. He fails to fucking wound. He has charge, big flank, 3 ranks, 2 banners, okay? No wounds. He has 7, okay? I fail to wound. I am down by 7. This is fucking Zod we're talking about here, okay? And BAM! Snake Eyes again! Zod, you beast! Fuck you, Neil. I ain't going nowhere. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, no, Zod's staying there. Zod actually did 1 wound, it looks like. I needed a 3 or 2 to stick. Oh, man. Turn 6 of me. I whiff. And I did not roll Snake Eyes again. Zod runs. He doesn't actually catch me, though. But it didn't matter, man. Holy shit. In the end of the day, I think he got like 19-1. But it didn't matter, man. He got like 27 points total. Jesus Christ. It was a big loss to me. One thing that was like, the big thing for me was I shouldn't have split up my attention. And that's the one thing about beast herds is they come from every angle. They're coming from every angle, and I shouldn't have split up my attention. I should have just focused on, target saturation or target focus, basically. Just focus on one thing, break it. Focus on another thing, break it. And instead, my trolls were going this way, my savages were staying back, my goblins went this way, Zod and the A-Rock turned around this way, Chicken Rock went this way, Koopa went this way, and nobody was focused on the same target, except for the Boarpocalypse. The Boarpocalypse actually was scaring him the most, because he knew I could turn off all his magical items, which was very dangerous for him. And in the beginning, when I saw that flank with Koopa could have saved the day, he could have fucking got him, but he didn't. My points are going to be very low on this whole game. You'll start seeing that right now. So overall MVP, I mean the Wolf Riders did as much as the freaking Zod did. Zod actually put on 2 wounds onto his BSB, but that was about it. Man, this is just brutal all around. This whole game was brutal. But yeah, I mean it was a big loss for me. But you know what? I got knocked out of the top 5 tables. I'm on table 6 on the last round. I am not that far out of it, though. I actually have an ability to bounce back still, as long as I play a really good last game. I'm still in the running for the best Orc and Goblin General, and Joe is like 1 table ahead of me. Joe Getzy from Joe Hammer. So I have an opportunity. I have a chance to get in front of him. And then it's not only best Orc and Goblin, it's actually best like neutral or Orders of Destruction or whatever, so they include Ogre Kingdoms into that. So my brother's 1 table below me, so my brother has a chance of getting it as well. So he's actually in round 5 playing against Eric Hansen, which was the guy on my Sky Sloop game. So I'm like, oh god, Chewy, if you play this guy, you gotta just shoot the shit out of this, and you gotta do this. I'm giving my brother all the advice. Eric comes up to me afterwards, and he's like, oh, I'm playing your brother. And I was like, yeah. He goes, how do I beat his army? I was like, psh, like I'm telling you, man. There's no way I'm telling you, man. It's my brother. Man. Neil, we had a long conversation, me and Neil actually was like, hey, I was really interested in, he's like, I heard you guys are doing Team Mexico. And I'm like, hell yeah, we're doing Team Mexico. And he's like, how do I apply? And I was like, you gotta just tell me, man. I'm the fucking guy to apply to. And he's like, do you need a Beast Herds player? I'm like, hell yeah, I need a Beast Herds player. And not only that, I do got a couple guys who applied that were Beast Herds players. But the thing is, like, I was like, dude, you could use this as your tryout game. And we did. And he kicked my ass. I mean, he kicked my ass royally. I think I shouldn't have told him that. I think he played harder because I told him this is his tryout game. But damn. So we are welcoming Neil Hamilton to Team Mexico. Oh my god, man. He actually played against Mike Hernandez too, and he beat Mike Hernandez too. So we were both like, man, this is really fucking good. Spoiler alert, Neil goes into round 5, and he actually plays against Rodrigo for first place. Actually, I'll just wait till the next game to show you that, because I actually have pictures of the award ceremony. So I'll show you guys that on the next game. My MVP, Zod. I'm gonna give it to Zod just because Zod went down like a champ and gave me some enjoyable last moments in the game. My Fanatic failed me. Chicken Rock just stuck there. Freaking Koopa failed his charge. And got armored, pierced, and freaking Savages did nothing against the Gortak, and this game was just shite from the beginning. The trolls were stupid because I was too stupid to move my guy way too far away from his leadership bubble, and I just poor deployment, poor movement, and I just failed miserably. I got freaking like 5 points from like secondary objective shit. God. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. We're still looking for a Mexican for Team Mexico. Guys, send me applications if you're Mexican, or if you know somebody who plays Ninth Age, excuse me. If you guys know somebody who plays Ninth Age who is of Mexican descent, tell them to come talk to me if they're interested in going to ETC in Salamanca, Spain. We need one more Mexican. I'm going to keep plugging it in there until I get some more applications, guys. But besides that, if you guys like my videos and are fully entertained by what I put out there, you can always show your support by going onto my Patreon and donating. Anything would be great. The donations are going towards my trip to Salamanca next year. So I'm trying to get a head start this year instead of just trying to like make a mad dash for the money. And besides that, Team Mexico, Patreon. Hit like and subscribe if you guys haven't hit like and subscribe. I always feel like I'm missing some shit. I know I say that everything, and it's not like I actually do it like a signature move. I honestly feel like I forget something. Anyways, guys, that's all I got. Neil, thanks for kicking my ass, and I will see you guys in the next video. Round 5 at the Michigan GT. Can I get the best ONG again? Can I get something? Alright, can I get back up to the top tables on the last turn? Who knows? Let's see how it goes, and I'll talk to you guys then. Till next time, peace.